Hi kids, it's Miss Sherm here today, and I'm going to teach you how to use all the Google tools. The biggest one is Google Drive, which is where all the tools are underneath. So let's go ahead and take a look at how you access the drive first. Then we're going to take a look at how you organize your drive, and then how you do some of the different features inside Drive. All right, when you first open your browser, which is located on the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see the little Google sign. You click that and your browser will open and it'll look like this. And if you've logged in properly and the Wi-Fi is up and running, you will see a couple different things here up at the top right. You should see your name, you should see the word mail, you should see the word images, and then you'll see this thing that looks like 9 little squares. Google calls this the waffle, all right? And to get to your drive, you're going to click the waffle, and a lot of different apps are going to pop up inside the waffle, but the one that we want is the drive, and it looks like a symbol like that. Okay, so go ahead and just one click on that, and it'll open your drive. I'm going to switch to a bigger computer so you can see it a little bit more clear. All right. So as you can see in my drive, I have all of my documents, which is quite a few, organized into what they call folders. It's really important to keep your documents organized because as you get older, you're going to have more and more and more documents inside the drive. And so to have a folder for each year or a folder for each content area is a really smart way to organize your things. So how do you do that? Over here on the left-hand side, there's the word new. If I click the word new, a couple different options pop up for me, but the first one is folder. So I click folder, I can write any name for a folder. So I could do ELA. So then anytime I type up a paper, I would put it in my ELA folder. That way, when I have to come back or I'm trying to look for a document, I can just double click my ELA folder and my document will be in there. Okay. Now, obviously I just made this folder, so there's nothing in there. It's also really, really, really important to name all of your documents. I can't tell you how many times there are so many students that I look at their drive and we're trying to locate something they're working on, but they have everything labeled as untitled. No, this is a huge, huge problem. You have to make sure that you title everything that you're working on and that the title makes sense to what you're working on. So let's talk about that. So when I click the new button, there's a couple different tools that you can do inside Drive. You can make a document, you can make a sheet, you can make a Google slide, and then there's a couple other ones, forms, drawings, maps, and a couple different things. Let's go ahead and do doc because that's what we use most for all of our typing and writing. So the very first thing I've clicked in a brand new document, what do you think the very first thing is that I should do? That's right, give it a title. So let's say Ms. Sherm has us doing our personal narrative. So I'm going to go ahead and title this personal narrative. Maybe I'll even give it a date because I know in 3rd grade we had to do one and in 2nd grade we did one. So maybe I'll put 2016, okay? And I want to make sure that that's capitalized. There you go. So now whenever I access it, I will know exactly where it is, okay? There's this little folder icon here, and I can organize where I want to put my personal narrative. Now that I have my document titled correctly, I can organize my file by putting it in a correct folder. Okay, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can either click the little folder next to the title. If you hover over it, it actually says the word organize. Or you can go to File and the word Organize. Okay, so when that pops up, it's going to pop up the word My Drive. So when you click on that, your drive is actually going to open up. And that is where you will see all your different folders that you've created, as well as this new document towards the bottom of the list. So I have all of my folders that I have created, okay? And then I also have the file that we just created. So let's say I want to put this in my ELA folder, okay, that I just created. So what I would do is click on the file and just drag it up and drop it into the file that I want. Now, when I open up my ELA folder, by double clicking, I should see my one document inside there. And there it is. So again, it's really important to organize your files so that you can find them quickly, as well as titling them. When you're using Google Docs, it's just like your any other word processor. There's lots of different editing tools that you can utilize to change the font, the size, the color, the formatting, the spacing. All of those different tools are up here. Feel free to play around with those. The more that you play with the tools, the more that you play with the different menu options, the better and quicker you will be with using the Google Docs. The greatest thing about Google Docs is that it automatically saves. So if you are working on something and it's time to log out for the day, all you have to do is click the X to close out of your screens and then log out, and it'll actually save right where you left off, as long as you're connected to the internet. And for our purposes at school, we'll always typically be connected to the Wi-Fi. All right, I'm going to go back to my drive. I'm just going to use my tabs here at the top, and I see that I have one open, my drive. And I'm going to go quickly and show you, if I click new, I can also create a Google slide, which is like a PowerPoint slide, okay? As well as I can do a lot of other different options here. Throughout the year, I think the most you will use is probably the docs and the slides. It might be possible that you may create a Google form or a drawing, but we'll go over those tools if we need them. If you need to delete something from your Google Drive, all you need to do is select the item that you want to delete and press the trash button. Once it's in the trash, though, it's gone. If you need to go to something different, a different app that's not located here on the drive, you can go ahead and, again, click the waffle, which is up in the right-hand corner, and then all of the different apps are there for you to use. Okay, and that kind of concludes our walk through the Google tools and setting up your Google Drive.